Hi, I'm Ryan Herbst, Chief Strategist with UnifiedCommunications.com. I'm really excited to be joined today by Gina Spencer with Jabra. Gina, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm really excited again to talk about PanaCast in general, but specifically this new PanaCast 50 product that Jabra just launched. We have been fans of PanaCast for quite a while. I think a lot of folks certainly know Jabra from their rich history on the audio side. I don't know that everyone understands the video capabilities and what Jabra is doing with the PanaCast line of products in general. But yeah, I thought today we could start with talking about PanaCast 50. We're in a very unique moment as we start trying to figure out what return to work is going to look like, what a hybrid meeting experience is like, how we create this kind of really engaging experience for folks in meetings, regardless of whether they're sitting in the room or whether they're on the remote side. So yeah, I just wanted, I guess, on the first question, let's talk about PanaCast 50 in terms of its role in a post-pandemic kind of workplace. Where do you see it fitting in?
Yeah, so I see the PanaCast 50 back in the meeting space, right? So we know that the past year has brought about huge changes in the way that we work and the way that we collaborate. And when we talk about the PanaCast 50, it's been specifically engineered with the impacts of the COVID pandemic in mind. We believe this new solution will reinvent video in this new normal that we are all living in, right? By using our award-winning 180-degree camera technology, we can allow businesses to maximize their collaboration. Safe, socially distanced meetings are possible because of this type of advanced technology. And we can allow people to be together in the same room without them having to be too close to each other. Then what we did was we combined our immersive video experience with our world-leading audio technology, and then we knew we really had the power to completely reinvent collaboration. And so when we did this, we kind of tried to keep four things in mind. We focused on our outstanding audio, our immersive video, our flexibility, and safety.
It makes sense. Yeah, and we'll kind of dive in a little bit to each of those pillars. 'Cause I certainly have some questions. I just wanted maybe to call out and discuss for a moment the 180-degree field of view because
Sure.
it is unique. It's something unique to PanaCast, and even pre-pandemic, it enabled some experiences that were just not possible otherwise. So this idea of being able, let's say we have a table that butts up directly against the wall, and somebody is sitting a foot or two away. This just wasn't possible from a camera perspective in the past to be able to capture those folks. So that's certainly unique, and I think as you just demonstrated, it's not always necessary. If we have a single person in the room, the 180-degree field of view, it may be something that somebody wants, or it may not. But I think the idea of being able to engage it when helpful, and then to your point, as we kind of return to work, and we're going to have folks distanced kind of in a different way than we did pre-pandemic, the extra field of view could be really, really helpful.
Yeah, so the trademark design of the Jabra PanaCast having three 13-megapixel cameras is what allows us to do so many things with this device. This technology enables us to see the entire room, but we also have choices when it comes to the customization of the device. So if you don't need that full 180-degree field of view, maybe you need something that is going to narrow the field of view down, you can actually use our camera in both of those scenarios. And then we've added in some intelligence for those video experiences on the PanaCast 50, adding on to what we had previously with the Jabra PanaCast, kind of giving an immersive experience that combines both our audio and our video. So, not only can you have a 180-degree field of view, you could have a different static field of view, but you could have different experiences as well. So we're delivering a smarter video by giving you that 180 degrees. That's completely unique to the Jabra PanaCast franchise. And then we have the intelligent zoom available, which will crop an image based on the participants that are in the room. We've improved that experience so that it's faster and it's more accurate. And then we've also added a virtual director mode, which can combine our audio information and the video information that's coming into that room and into that camera. And then the camera is making the decision to zoom in on an active speaker and follow that dialogue around the room, to kind of give a more immersive experience for those people that might be not in that space. And it will seamlessly make transitions from active speakers to group framing and other active speakers. And then finally, because this video is so unique and we're able to capture the whole room, we can send out dual streams. So one stream can capture the video in the room, and a second stream can capture a whiteboard in the room. And the PanaCast 50 can be used not only for that room video, but also as a content camera because of this capability.
So a couple things to unpack. So yeah, on the on the content camera side, it sounds like you guys are going to actually be able to present a second USB content camera, inside a device like a Teams room. Is that am I understanding that correct?
That's exactly right. So you would have the choice from within your Microsoft Teams room to select your content camera and bring in that whiteboard.
Yeah, that's really cool because it's underlying it's one physical device, but you're going to be able to present both, and then we can engage that intelligent whiteboard functionality on the team side, which is getting more and more popular. And again, as we think about return to work and this parity of experience where folks in the room and the remote audience, all have a similar experience. Whiteboard is just super important. In fact, we love this. I guess the idea of the of whiteboard camera, you're probably making it even more advantageous for the folks on the remote side. They can probably see it even better than the folks in the room based on the correction and angle and adjustments that take place.
The technology works amazing. It looks incredible. I mean, it's really, really good.
Yeah, the other thing you mentioned on virtual director. So again, group framing is interesting, and I think customers certainly appreciate it if you have a couple of folks in a room. The idea of not seeing the rest of the room is useful. But the director capability that you're launching. This is really important on the hybrid side because as we again are trying to create this very compelling experience for the remote audience, the framing capability it didn't do much in a fully populated room. It's going to kind of back out and frame everybody. And at that point, we're looking more at kind of a reference shot from the front of the room versus being able to really zoom in and see this kind of engaging experience with a person that looks close to life size. So that's really exciting. And so it sounds like you guys are using both the intelligence of the camera and audio capabilities to be able to locate and make those types of decisions. And lastly, I think, as you said, we know that people just aren't touching remote controls, and if we're gonna have intelligence in the room, it has to be AI driven and intelligent. We can't rely on it. Nobody's gonna grab a remote control and hit presets or move things anymore. I think we're past that point from an evolution perspective.
And I think that's one of the things that we looked at when we were designing this camera was looking future forward, right? We wanted to have those AI experiences, all of that taking place on board the device, and it really just improves the overall experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess on the audio side, Jabra, again, known for impeccable audio devices and been in market for a long, long time. Talk to me about some of the audio capabilities and the experience from an audio perspective on the PanaCast 50. What makes it so special?
Yeah. So as you know, Jabra has been around for over 150 years well known for the audio experiences. And so when Jabra engineered the PanaCast 50, they wanted to use that world-leading audio experience. The design of the PanaCast 50 features great voice pickup with 8 beamforming microphones. So you're going to have crisp audio of all of the interactions in the room. And then it also includes 4 powerful speakers that can deliver a truly outstanding audio experience. There is echo cancellation, preventing you from hearing any ambient noises in the room, and enabling that full duplex collaboration. So it's really like having a conversation in a room where everybody can talk and listen simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess from an overall form factor perspective, this concept of putting everything inside a single front of room device. So we have audio, and so our mic and speaker and camera, all of that kind of sitting front of room. Is super convenient, I guess, from a deployment perspective, and provides a lot of flexibility. So we really like that. And I guess just thinking through how people are going to utilize this device, there's a couple of options, right? It could be I bring my own device, my PC, Mac, in, and connect to this via USB, and drive this the same way I drive meetings. When I'm not in a meeting room. And so it could be a BYOD room, but it also could be attached to something like a Teams room, for example. It's going through that certification as a certified peripheral for Teams rooms, and I'm sure going through it for other services as well. So yeah, I guess that's the idea, correct? That there's going to be some flexibility in terms of how you're going to market with this, either BYOD or attached to a reference type design system.
You're exactly right there. And that is part of the flexibility of this device, is that you can use it in that BYOD format. And I think coming off of everybody working from home, when we return to the office, a lot of people are still going to be used to joining meetings from their laptop. And so to have that option available as a BYOD, to just walk into a room and connect your PC to this device, you can launch the meeting and start collaborating. That's going to be very, very helpful moving forward. But then also for those rooms that are MTR rooms, you can go ahead and join the meeting in that way as well. So we are providing some flexibility there. We have some additional flexibility in terms of mounting devices. So the device can be on a table stand. It's going to come with a wall mount, and then we will also have some different mounts for monitors to go either above or below a monitor.
That's great. Yeah, thinking about return to work and kind of the post-pandemic kind of considerations around safety and security and all the things that are kind of top of mind for both organizations and employees. Talk to me about how PanaCast 50 is kind of designed from a safety perspective, and some of the considerations that Jabra was thinking about in the meeting room in this post-pandemic world.
Yeah, the design of the PanaCast 50 incorporates our unique edge AI capabilities on the device, which allows us to do things without having to send information to a computer or to the cloud. It enables us to capture information about people detection in the room and room safety compliance. We also have SOC2 certification, which is an industry grade safety compliance certification that we live up to ensure that our device fits into that modern workspace. And then lastly, we do have people detection on board the device. It's tied closely to our safety alerts. So with our Edge AI capabilities, we can detect the number of people in the room. We can use that information for safety alert notifications to notify people that there are too many people relative to the capacity that may be set by a room administrator. And the PanaCast 50 can deliver that information about the room utilization to Jabra Express for IT to have for an overview of the room. They can take a look at the utilization during the day, during the week, during the month, during the quarter, and this means they can plan better for the future for their business.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think part of when organizations are really thinking about the future and just how important these collaboration tools are to their success, and again, kind of this next chapter of work. this device is really more than just a camera. I mean, it's got some real AI capabilities and some edge compute capabilities, and so it really is something in terms of that ability to count people. And I know some of those things are just starting to, I guess, the actual application of that, practical applications are just starting to kind of emerge. But it sounds like people can feel some confidence with this device that that it's capable of probably everything that they're thinking about today, but it's also thinking forward a bit into some things that are going to be emerging in the future.
You're absolutely right. And that's really what Jabra had in mind, right? Was to create something that we could bring to the market now that would be future proof. And so I think we've done a really good job with the PanaCast 50.
Absolutely. You kind of touched on device management, and I know that device management is certainly emerging as super important. These devices could be sitting in the corporate firewall. This could be a part of an executive work at home scenario. The things are definitely, we're in some uncharted territory in terms of where devices like this could emerge, and just this proliferation and this sense that we are we're going to be building environments, or at least the kind of mainstream scenarios that we're hearing from most customers is they're building a lot more shared space type capabilities. They're building a lot less dedicated personal space, and so we're going to have probably more rather than less of this kind of thing in the post-pandemic world. So yeah, from a device management perspective, what specifically, you mentioned Express. What is Jabra doing with PanaCast 50 around meeting room management?
Yeah, so PanaCast 50 has Jabra Express natively available on the device. So you can connect this to your network and it can be managed. And that information about that people detection can be accurately taken through that Jabra Express platform and then managed by your IT department. In addition to those room safety guidelines that I mentioned, they can make decisions about their meeting spaces for the future, or they can make decisions about how many people have come into their offices and maybe just adjust those guidelines accordingly.
Yeah, and so if they're using this as just a standard USB kind of BYOD device, then it'll have that capability. They certainly can also leverage Express in conjunction with a service level capability like Teams Admin Center. But and I guess as this device, since it's being certified as a peripheral for Teams rooms, they'll also certainly have the capability to have visibility and to manage it utilizing the service level tool set as well. But it's great to know that if we push out 100 of these things from a BYD perspective, that there's a way to think about both the kind of more advanced concepts around utilization and making some good decisions and insights and analytics, but also some of just the practical side of how do we push out firmware and how do we make sure if we want to change a setting in the room that we're not having to go do that manually.
Exactly. And all of those things can be accomplished using the PanaCast 50 in a very, very easy way for an IT manager to control those devices.
Totally. Gina, this has been a ton of fun to learn about PanaCast 50. And before we wrap, Jabra with PanaCast, has now more than one product. Again, PanaCast 50 being this new front of room soundbar integrated camera, full experience. The original PanaCast, still available as a camera where we need camera with this advanced capabilities, including the 180-degree field of view. What about the personal space? I know that there's certainly a lot of us that are still at home, and organizations definitely kind of finalizing their plans. Some of them with folks that are going to permanently be at home, others that are going to be bouncing back and forth in a more flexible way. So yeah, I guess to talk about that personal space, because I think I understand that there may be a product coming there as well.
Yeah, so when we designed the PanaCast 50, we were taking into consideration those 4 pillars, but we also needed to consider that the workspace had changed, right? And so we will still have hybrid workers and people that are going to be joining work meetings from home. And we don't want that experience, to be a poor experience. We certainly don't want to have our employees fatigued because they're needing to collaborate over video conferencing platforms. So we will be be introducing the PanaCast 20. It is going to be more than just a webcam. It's a portable solution with an outstanding 4K, ultra high definition, high dynamic range video. And we're also going to bring AI features on top of that to make that PanaCast 20 really stand out from the competition. The device will have personalized intelligent zoom, which will allow a user to be perfectly framed, regardless of where they are in their environment. It will have automatic light correction, so you can be seen clearly at any time of the day. Also powered by 2 concurrent video streams. There will be a picture-in-picture capability, and then features that will enable users to define and easily integrate a second stream of video within their main picture. So again, keeping safety in mind, the AI is managed on the device. There's no need to install additional software. Nothing is sent to the cloud. All the experiences are actually powered on the device itself, which can significantly minimize the risk of security breaches and maximize speed, accuracy, and the overall quality of your video experience. It's going to have a built-in lens cover that you can guarantee your privacy at any time just by simply closing it. It will be a beautiful, compact, portable camera, perfect for working flexibly, plug and play, of course, Microsoft Teams certified, designed pretty much to slot over any computer, and it's going to come with a portable case.
Can't wait to see PanaCast 20, and yeah, would have expected nothing less than for you guys to do something more than just a camera. So yeah, I think some of those unique capabilities and certainly consideration for the idea that yeah, there's going to likely, for those that are in that flexible world, going to be some gear that that I'm going to want to take with me to the office when I book a a touchdown or hoteling or hot desk for a couple of days. That I may want to take a device like that with me. So congratulations on creating this great new portfolio around PanaCast, and yeah, we can't wait to see it as it starts. Some of the new products start shipping into market and to test, and we'll look forward to doing some hands-on reviews on our side. But I just want to thank you again for joining me. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me. We're really excited, and I can't wait to share all of these with you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Gina.
Thanks.